Hello everybody, today we are installing our... Why is it so zoomed in? Alright, anyways, we are installing our diff brace. And this is the stock one. As you can see, the stock one is... well, it's cast, but it's got the same grooves. We have the same grooves, but this is billet, and that is probably cast aluminum. And the bushings are also rubber. These are polyurethane, so still streetable, not gonna be too uncomfortable, but definite upgrade, so it's not moving all over the place. And the reason why you want to upgrade is because we're throwing 500 horsepower on this thing, so this is definitely something that you need. Installation is relatively simple. You just need to take off 17s for this bolt and that bolt, and 14 for those. And yeah, that's it. So let's start the installation. So be sure to put a pole jack, if you have access to a lift, or a jack underneath it, because loosening this will droop, and you don't want it to droop too much. Take the bolts out. And ta-da! Mostly I think it's the bushings rubber. This is polyurethane. So a lot stronger. That's one side in. And now you simply torque it to spec. Oh, okay. Torque these to spec, and torque these to spec, and your installation is done. So, we are now moving on to the transmission brace. Where's my finger? Right here. And that's the stock one, and this is ours. Focus, focus. So you can see, same thing again, polyurethane bushings, billet aluminum for strength and rigidity. So this one you can also do on the floor with jack and jack stands, but we have access to a lift, so we're gonna do it up here. This is a 14mm. Make sure to support your transmission. Okay, so 14 in the back, that is the 17. When you do these bolts, do one and then loosen up the other one, because they're under extreme amount of tension. Where's my hand? That one and that one, both 17s. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are the 4 bolts you need to get to. That one's a little tucked in, so you're gonna have to use a ratchet to get to. just slide it out, baby. Take this out, we got 14 turns?
14.
There we go. And there's the difference.
This is the same as a V8 STI, but I guess on the VB they use the same one.
Yeah.
So the VA regular WRX is different, and it'll come with like an extra plate because the brace is thicker. I think because the transmission housing on the WRX VA is slightly bigger. That's why the bracket, the bracket has to be.
So that is the old one right there, and the new one is in. So the reason why we didn't show it is because this most likely is a two-person job, just makes your life easier, and that's what we're doing. So it's the same thing in reverse order. You put the bolts back in, everything is just hand tightened, not fully tightened at all. Same with the ones back here. Oh, and then I got that in camera. So just hand tighten all these, or hand thread them in. This is in fact a two-person job. So we're just gonna show you installation, the same thing, it's just backwards. Okay, so after you get all these bolts in, which is a pain to get in because we didn't want to take this off. Taking it off probably would have been easier, but we didn't because we're lazy. And then you use pair of 17s, right?
Yeah.
Pair of 17s, and you just tighten the bolt. After you're done tightening these bolts, make sure to tighten these down and all the bolts that you took out. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you install bracing. We got the front transmission diff because it's a little difficult. Alright, this one's the most difficult to get to because you gotta take out some stuff. But it's in, the rear is the easiest. So now you could avoid wheel hop and put all the power down. So next one is the test drive. And see if there's any actual difference. Hopefully the transmission moving effect is gone. And this is an adapter for the V8 WRX. For the VB, you don't need a spacer to adapt to it. If it's stock, it fits. But for the V8, you want to put a spacer in just because there's a height difference. But if you have a VB, it fits perfectly fine. Let's go for a test drive.
This thing's quick. Did it feel like this when you tracked it?
No!
Holy crap, this car is pulling more than... Wow, this car is pulling more than how... Alright, wow. We need to do another video of this car going to track, guys.